This is Newsbeat from OU Daily. I'm Megan Pratt. Here's your weekly headlines. In university news, Norman residents filed a referendum petition to give the public a vote in approving the new entertainment district. The Rock Creek Entertainment District in University North Park, introduced September of 2023, is a $1.1 billion development that relies on funding from Tax Increment Finance Districts, or TIF. While the plan was approved at last week's City Council meeting, the group Oklahomans for Responsible Economic Development filed the referendum petition to address public concern about the TIF model. According to OU economics professor Cynthia Rogers, one of the main issues for those opposing the entertainment district are mainly concerned with the TIF model. Rogers shared that the diversion of tax dollars would lead to funds being taken from public education and other areas. According to the petition, the ordinance to approve the district would be left to voters on the first day of the municipal regular election on February 11th. Residents have 30 days to gather petition signatures from registered voters. Since the petition was filed, some Norman residents have started receiving texts encouraging them to not sign the petition. The text pointed residents to a website titled Elevate Norman. OU Daily reached out to several organizations, including OU Marketing and Communications and Norman Economic Development, who said they weren't involved in the website. The OU Board of Regents filed a motion to close the courtroom for oral arguments regarding an ongoing lawsuit. The lawsuit with online media outlet NonDoc was filed in June of 2021 by editor-in-chief Trace Savage. The lawsuit came after Savage claimed the university violated the Oklahoma Open Records Act by not releasing the Jones Day reports. These reports, gathered in 2018 and 2019, include details of interviews with 62 people made in confidence. The Board of Regents claims that these reports would harm the university and the public. The motion calls for a closed summary judgment to protect both parties. The university acknowledged the curiosity of the public, but argues the court is only reviewing the evidence to determine if it should be dismissed on summary judgment or proceed to trial. Due to this, they claim there is no constitutional right to an open summary judgment hearing. Read more at oudaily.com. In city news, Ward 7 council member Stephen Tyler Holman announced his candidacy for mayor of Norman on September 19th. After serving on the Norman City Council for 11 years, Holman shared that he was running for mayor. He told OU Daily that his running comes from both his experience on the council and his long history in Norman. Holman is a real estate agent and works the door at The Deli on Campus Corner weekly. Holman is the longest-serving member on the council. His main priorities as mayor will be maintaining financial and economic sustainability, as well as improving public services, according to his campaign website. Holman told OU Daily he wants to prioritize affordable housing because of its environmental and fiscal effects on Norman. The primary election for mayor is scheduled for Tuesday, February 11th. According to the city charter, Holman cannot run for both mayor and Ward 7's council seat. In lieu of several bomb threats, Norman Public Schools released an announcement addressing safety concerns. Friday, September 20th, Norman High School received a bomb threat. A message was sent out to Norman High parents, notifying them of the threat and informing them that students and staff were all in a safe area while the Norman Police Department swept the building. 10 minutes after this message, parents were informed that the building was cleared. Since the school year started, the Oklahoma City metro area has received 65 school threats and around 33 in the past week. NPS Superintendent Nick Migliorino wrote in a press release that the safety and security of everyone in the building is a top priority. He also shared that it will take everyone working together to ensure school safety. Migliorino urged parents to monitor their children's social media activity and encouraged open conversation about the dangers of making these kinds of threats. The Norman Police Department announced that there was no evidence of a hate crime happening during last week's fight on Campus Corner. NPD obtained video footage of the disagreement and statements made to the department and the media. The altercation took place on September 15th at the 500 block of Buchanan Avenue on Campus Corner. According to the department, the reporting party, initially reported as the victim of a hate crime, was shown on the video to actually be the aggressor that engaged an individual in mutual combat. Shara Schretler, NPD Public Information Officer, wrote that the case was presented to the Cleveland County District Attorney's Office and will be closed if no other evidence is presented. In state news, Oklahoma's 5-member delegation is split over a new spending bill. After the defeat of a plan pushed by House Speaker Mike Johnson, representatives are divided over how a new plan should be shaped as the budget deadline looms. A spending bill would keep the government open, but if a bill is not passed by September 30th, the government will close until a bill is passed. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell told reporters it would be unwise to shut down the government before an election. The 6-month spending bill proposed by Johnson failed due to the addition of the SAVE Act. The Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act, or SAVE, requires people registering to vote in federal elections to provide documentary proof of citizenship. The bill also requires that states remove non-citizens from voting rolls. Representatives on both sides have called for a 3-month spending bill. The House is expected to present a bipartisan spending bill this week, according to media outlet Roll Call. To read more, visit oudaily.com. Let's look at the Daily's calendar for coming events this week. On Friday, check out women's tennis at the ITF 35K Berkeley Tournament in Berkeley, and men's tennis at the ITA All-American Championships Tournament in Tulsa. Also on Friday, be sure to stop by the Raw Energy Practice Facility for a Confident Communication Workshop. Check out the calendar tab on our website, which features campus, city, and statewide events. Thanks for listening to Newsbeat from OU Daily. This is the Daily's weekly news podcast. New episodes of Newsbeat will air every Thursday. In between episodes, keep up with us throughout the week on Facebook at OU Daily and Instagram and Threads at the OU Daily. If you want to read more about the stories you heard on this podcast, you can find those and more online at oudaily.com. My name's Megan. I am a news reporter here at The Daily, and we'll see you here next week on Newsbeat.